Y'all ain't ready for this shit show. Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. My name's Lexa. I'm gonna be telling a story about how your girl lived in a trap house for a whole 30 days today. So if you want to know that story, just keep watching, sit back, relax, grab some snacks, get ready for this shit because you're not ready. You're not ready. All right, so before getting into the actual story, I just want to say that I am not for drugs. I'm against them. I am not going to be using the names, like the real names for the actual people in the story. We're just going to use stage names just for the time being. I ain't trying to put nobody on blast, but it's an interesting story, so I'm just going to jump right in. So I'm literally using lotion and shampoo as a tripod right now, so don't let me. Just trying to set up. So the story takes place to about 2 months ago, back in about May. After me and my ex ended, I ended up staying in a hotel. I was staying in a hotel for about a week, and then my two friends that I work with, Tyler and Jasmine, and Cadence, they all were like, they all were staying together, and real cool people. Like, I love them to death. I still love them, like, to this day, like, even if we're not as close as we were before. But they had allowed me to stay at their place, so that you can stay with us, until you get your stuff together. And I was like, okay, cool, like, thanks, I appreciate the gesture. And so I stayed at the hotel for a week, and then I ended up moving in with them soon. I didn't really have many other options for like other places like I can go and stay at, so it was kind of like my last option until I was able to get a place of my own. But I said yes, I moved in, and let's just say it was not what I expected things to be.
No.
I just was not expecting it to be the way that it was. When I moved in, there was already about like several other people staying there. Now keep in mind, it's a 1-bedroom apartment, and there's like literally 8 people staying in a 1-bedroom apartment. And so if you can just picture like how crazy it already is, then you see, like, there wasn't much I can do, because it's like I'm living in their lifestyle, like I can't be like, oh, like this is too many people, don't you think, don't you think this is kind of like crammed, No, like, and there's only 1 bed, so we basically all had to sleep wherever we can find a spot. So if you found a pillow and there was a couch available, or a quarter of the bed available, like that's where you're resting your head that night. But when I say living in this house, every single day was a turn up. Every single day was a turn up. Every single day. I never got any sleep. We were always going to bed at like 9, 10. Sometimes we wouldn't go to sleep. We would just be up on a 24/7 basis. But in this house, every day was a new drug. It was a new drug, a new experience for all of us. I would go to work, come home, just be like, hey, what are we today? Today I'm thinking ecstasy, or maybe coke, maybe Molly. What the hell? Let's smoke a perk. It was just something new every single day, but this was on a 24/7 basis. And we were never falling asleep at reasonable times in the night, and it was like living the vampire life. Like, I was a walking zombie on a 24/7 basis. Like, I was thankful to get sleep when everyone else was at work or when everyone else was sleeping in. Keep in mind, my little dog's running around, right, just all over the place, and this door is always being open, people walking in and out. You just never know what's going on or who's coming in, who's leaving. It was very, very nerve-wracking. There was always music going, like people dancing, everybody's lit, house is fist pumping, we're all twerking our butts. It was insane. It was literally so crazy. I mean, don't get me wrong, it was really fun, being around my friends all the time. every single day. And it was a new experience for me because I had never like been around like a bunch of people that just did drugs all the time and just, you know, listen to music, always had the cops call. Like, we had the cops calling us all the time. Like, the neighbors just knew, like, after 10 through 7 a.m., like, the music was going to be playing. They just knew that. So they had the cops on speed dial, and that's just how it was. But I had never, like, this is just stuff you would only, like, see in movies. But I lived it. Your girl lived it. Been there. It was insane. And like, we were all just like a big family. Like, we all just loved each other so much. Like, whenever people would, like, somebody was throwing up in the bathroom or like, you know, like seizing or, you know, dying, damn near passing out from the drugs. Like, we're all rubbing each other's backs and like, you know, soothing each other. Just like, oh, it's gonna be okay. It's gonna be okay. It's gonna be okay. You just need to get it out of your system. It's all right to throw up. It happened, you know, like, and we hardly ever ate any food because there was not ever really any food in the house. So we were eating takeout like every single day. But things started to get juicy after everybody started to get real close. And when we were all staying there for a while, then it's like we all started to kind of like butt heads. And that's when things kind of like started to go south. Actually, now there were some nights some people in the house get a little too fucked up, just a little too messed up, and then it's like they would get messed up and then not remember what they did 2 seconds ago, like set your phone down, and then literally 2 seconds later forget, like, oh, like, well, like, what did I just do with my phone? I don't know, like, what did I do with it? And then it's just moments like that, and then it's like people would start pointing blame because it's like they would forget that they took the drug, or like they would forget that they popped the pill, and then you would just hear, who took this or who took my da 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 da, and next thing you know, everybody's screaming at each other because somebody thinks someone else is stealing someone's drug, and I'm like, you took it. You took it. So then everybody was always fighting and calling each other all types of names and like, you did this, and I remember you did this, and like, this person told me you did this. And remember, 1-bedroom apartment, like 8 people, we're all just up, arguing and stuff. And that's when I was like, okay, yeah, nope, sorry. Like, because then the finger started getting pointed at me, and I'm like, I don't even do drugs like this. I smoke, man. I smoke. That's what I do. No. Before even moving into this house, I never even did any type of drugs. So I was just like, what? This is not even like my thing. I'm literally just here. And I was like, okay, like, blame the newbie, you guys. Bet. Okay. So they just blamed me. They thought I took their drugs, and, you know, like, I guess that's just what I did. So they put me out, and I'm like, I literally didn't even take their drugs. But, you know, people on drugs do the darnest things, and when you forget that you did the drug, you're gonna blame other people. It's just how I learned that things work with people on drugs. So that was that. I got my own place, and now we're here. And I mean, things are doing good. I forgave them, and to this day, like, I'm friends with them, you know, like, again, like, it's just the life they choose to live. It doesn't mean I have to live it. But yeah, like, that's my story on how I stayed in a trap house for a whole month, whole 30. So it was very fun, very interesting. Definitely a story I'll have for like the future, you know. But again, don't recommend drugs. Don't do it. Don't try it at home, kids. Just stay away from it. You just don't.
No.
Just don't do it. Just don't. If you liked this story time, please give it a thumbs up. I would appreciate that, and subscribe to my channel. If you guys want to hear some more story times, just let me know down below. Give me some video ideas. Let me know what you guys want to see, so I know. But yeah, so like this video again. I will talk to you guys soon, and thank you guys for watching.